Find out what is happening at the library, from virtual programming to fun new services. Hear recommendations on books, movies, TV shows, and so much more. This is In the Stacks at Mustang Library. Hello and welcome to In the Stacks at Mustang Library. Today, I will be showing you how to make an easy upcycled bird feeder using a teacup and saucer. To make a beautiful teacup bird feeder, you just need a few supplies: scissors, a ruler, tape, a marker, a circular item to hang the teacup on a bird feeder. You could use a metal keychain ring, a binder ring, or even a plastic ring from an old water bottle. Glue. You can use hot glue, super glue, or a strong adhesive like E6000, which is what I would recommend using for this craft as it is the most durable. You also need twine, preferably something thicker and stronger. I chose a nice burlap twine for this project. Of course, you need a teacup and saucer. I love thrifting, so I was able to find these at a secondhand shop. Perhaps you have an old set collecting dust somewhere, or maybe one has a small chip and you can't use it. This craft is the perfect way to give the item a new life. Plus, birds get to enjoy it, so it's a win-win in my book. Finally, don't forget the bird seed. To start, you will need to glue the teacup to the saucer. You have a couple of options here. One method may work better depending on the size and shape of the cup. You can either glue the teacup directly on top of the saucer like this, or you can glue the teacup at an angle on the saucer. If you do this, be sure to glue the cup towards the back half of the saucer so there is room for the birdseed to spill out in front of the cup. Now let's get started. For this example, I will be gluing the cup directly on top of the saucer. Wait 10 minutes for the glue to dry. Next, we will need to create the twine hanger for the teacup bird feeder. You just need your twine, scissors, and a ruler. I will demonstrate two different methods to create a twine hanger. For the first method, you will need to start by cutting 4 long pieces of twine, about 2 feet long. If you have the teacup at an angle on the saucer, you only need 3 strings. Next, knot all 4 strands together near one end. Make sure the knot is extra tight. Then, glue the knot onto the bottom of the saucer, right in the middle. Since I am using hot glue, I am using a marker to help press the twine into the glue. Then, pull all 4 strands out to the sides of the saucer, making sure they are as evenly spaced as possible. It may take you a few tries to get it just right. Glue these strands down onto the saucer near the inner and outer rim. Take the 4 strands of twine and gather them above the teacup, holding the weight of the teacup and saucer. Adjust the 4 strands until the saucer perfectly hangs level. Then tie the 4 strands together in a knot above the teacup. Add a ring to the knot to be able to easily hang the bird feeder later. And voila! Our beautiful teacup bird feeder is finished. The second method I want to show you has a few more steps, but it works well on the flat teacup saucer combo. To start, you will need 8 strands of twine about 40 inches long and some tape. I pre-cut and tied the twine at the top. Tape the twine to the table and separate the twine into 4 pairs of 2. Using your ruler, tie knots on each pair of twine about 6 to 8 inches from the top. For this example, I did double knots, but a regular knot is perfectly fine as well. Move down another 6 to 8 inches and take 2 strands, one from each group, and tie knots in the new pairs. Finally, tie a double knot at the bottom. I had a bit of excess string here, so you can always cut it or maybe add beads, braids, or more knots. Hang up the twine hanger and then gently place the teacup inside and add birdseed. Alright, now it's time to hang your teacup bird feeder outside. For more fun craft ideas, I recommend you check out these titles available in our catalog at scottsdalelibrary.org. Sit back, enjoy the birds, and happy crafting!
Welcome to March, Women's History Month, where every year we celebrate the historical, cultural, and societal achievements of women. This month, surround yourself with women who inspire you, and here are a few movies that will do just that. First up, we have Mustang, which is available on our streaming service, Canopy. This film tells the story of a group of 5 orphan sisters living in a remote village in present-day Turkey while preparing for arranged marriages. Mustang illustrates the isolated upbringing of the teenagers who are forbidden by their elders from interacting with the outside world, especially the one of men. It provides a window for Western viewers who are unaware of how a conservative society, like the one in northern Turkey, often treat their women. Oftentimes enraging, Mustang is truly necessary viewing. Frida. In the world of art, perhaps the most celebrated female artist is Mexican surrealist Frida Kahlo. The movie tells the story of the artist's life, her memorable work, her struggles, and how she overcame them and the odds against her. Hidden Figures. For years, we've associated movies about NASA and space travel with the male astronauts who flew among the stars and walked on the moon. But Hidden Figures taught many of us something new about the space race. 3 Black women mathematicians who contributed greatly to NASA's achievements. The film told the true story of Katherine Goebel Johnson, Dorothy Vaughan, and Mary Jackson. Hidden Figures is the perfect example of bringing to light unacknowledged women in history at the time when it was not only hard to be a woman, but as Black women being segregated against. Little Women. One of the most important pieces of fiction written by and about women's lives is Louisa May Alcott's Little Women. The story has been adapted over and over through the years, but Greta Gerwig's 2019 version might be the best adaptation yet. This is a sweeping work of film that tells the story of the 4 March sisters from childhood to adulthood. The beauty of Little Women is how it tracks the lives of the 4 women in ways that illustrate the female coming-of-age experience in a variety of ways that stand the test of time. Whale Rider, available on both DVD and our Canopy streaming service. This family drama, based on a 1987 novel of the same name, is about a 12-year-old Maori who dreams of being the chief of her tribe. As the daughter of her village's leader, she is the direct descendant, but because she is a girl, she cannot inherit the position. Whale Rider discusses gender in an understated but powerful way, shot on location in New Zealand. Girl Rising, available on our streaming service Canopy. This movie tells the stories of 9 girls from different parts of the world who face arranged marriages, child slavery, and other heartbreaking injustices. Despite these obstacles, the brave girls offer hope and inspiration by getting an education. In this way, they are able to break barriers and create change. Colette, available on both DVD and our streaming service Canopy. 2018's Colette tells a true story of France's 19th century novelist and her relationship with Willie, a literary entrepreneur who exploits her writing as his own to make money on her work. Colette is another instance of film giving us a glimpse of an untold story in history in which a woman ahead of her time becomes a writer in her own right and tells a rare, empowering LGBTQ story of the 1800s. Queen of Cutway. The movie follows the life of Fiona, a young Ugandan girl who learns to play chess and becomes a woman candidate master after competing in the World Chess Olympiads. The movie was adapted from an ESPN magazine article and book by Tim Crothers. The movie shows the poverty of Cutway and how a supportive family and team can inspire great accomplishments despite the odds. 9 to 5. This is an oldie but a goodie starring Dolly Parton, Jane Fonda, and Lily Tomlin as 3 women who are fed up with their sexist, egotistical boss. They plan to teach him a lesson, but they end up doing so much more than that. In a movie that still resonates today, this movie's message, among other things, is that real change comes from women who dare to make it happen. And finally, we have On the Basis of Sex, our last pick for Women's History Month. This is the biopic on Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and it stars Felicity Jones. It tracks Ginsburg's journey, starting with her time at Harvard Law School to her appointment as the second woman to become a Supreme Court justice. Watching the story of her life is a great way to honor a woman who has fought for women's rights in the U.S. government, arguably more than any other figure in history. And there you have some great picks to help you pay homage to some great women in our history.